Good afternoon, sir. My name is Lai Chion and my matric number is 269846. So I will present about the introduction and the risk identified. So first of all, several banks faced the cyber attack in 2015 and 2017. So in 2015, a group of hackers sent emails to staff members at various institutions, resulting in several banks experiencing its first breach with significant repercussions. So in 2017, cyber criminals gained access to the network by impersonating an employee at one of the branch whose credentials had been compromised. After the events, Ramesh and the commercial director of the Diamond Security delivered a presentations at several banks to lay out the schedules for installing the security system as well as budget. So finally, the board of directors finally come to an arrangements with Diamond Security. So next is about the risk can be identified in this case study, which is financial loss, reputation loss, and legal risk. For the financial loss, an attackers may use a Finnish scheme to trick workers into mistakenly disclosing bank login credentials or to send funds to a third party. Next is reputation loss. In this case, in cyber attack harm their company reputation and reduce the level of trust them enjoy with their client. Lastly, legal risk. In this case, several banks are regarded by data protection and privacy law to manage the security of all personal data that they hold. So if they didn't manage to secure the data, they might be face the penalty and the regulatory punishments. So that's all from me. Thank you.
I would like to continue the presentation. I'm Hiro Susindra with the metric number 280875. I will continue with the impacts of cyber attacks on financial institutions. The first impact is can disrupt a bank's operational process and lead in an irreversible destruction of important and sensitive data. The next impact is expose of vulnerable financial data from a bank's customer on the dark web, as well regulatory fines for the organization. Continuing, the next impact is many infected computers are utilized to send spams to computers and to all the other users in an organization to access the information system. This is all from me. Thank you. The next presenter will continue.
Hello everyone, I'm Gajendra Saravanan, metric number 277227. Now I'm going to explain my part. Before the recent cyber attack in 2020, there were few kinds of cyber attacks that Silver Bank faced. Firstly, in 2015, Silver Bank suffered its first cyber attack with serious consequences when a band of hackers sent emails to employees at different banks. Then in 2017, cyber criminals used a different method to infiltrate the bank's internal network. On this occasion, they hacked the credentials of an employee at one of the branches and were able to get into the network by pretending to be that employee. The following year, the target of cyber attacks was now ATMs, no more computers. Through the use of malicious code, the robbers blocked the confirmation system that linked a given ATM with another financial entity. When a card is used in the ATM of a bank other than the bank that is issued the card, the system links with the issuing bank to approve the operation. When cyber attacks happened to Silver Bank, the bank was in panic. As the cyber attack began, confusion could be seen on the faces of the personnel in the bank's central office. They did not know what to do because there were no protocols to combat the situation they were facing. The first measures taken by the company were intended to avoid generating panic among its clients, maintaining open channels of communication with them and informing them of what was going on as the root of the problem was identified. In our opinion, we believe the measures taken by Silver Bank in responding to the cyber attacks were appropriate. At first, they tried to calm down the clients by informing everything about the problem to their clients. Actually, this is an incredible move because it avoids unwanted chaos so that the bank can focus fully on solving the problem. Next, Banks started to act immediately without wasting any time. Immediate action. Hello everyone, I'm Gajendra Saravanan, metric number 277227. Now I'm going to explain my part. Before the recent cyber attack in 2020, there were few kinds of cyber.
Silver Bank's response to the September 2020 cyber attack is all about unwanted occurrence that started happening to Silver Bank in September 2020. Ramirez was completing the installation of Silver Bank's security system. It demonstrates the Silver Bank's security system had a number of weaknesses. Uncertainty could be evident on the employee's expression in the central office of the personal bank as soon as the cyber attack started. The most cutting-edge and modern IT security is solution, not one that Silver Bank invested in. This is troubling because Silver Bank is the only targeted financial institution. The risk management and IT system vulnerability is unknown to the Silver Bank workforce. The weakness in the IT system may be exploited by attackers. The bank would sustain severe damage, might lose clients if it was repeatedly attacked. Ramirez alerted the authorities about the situation and asked for their approval to address it, or gave him the go-ahead and granted him all the resources he required, including Tapia's full staff to handle the matter. All of this caused by the bank expenses to increase. Thankfully, the assault was stopped by the Diamond security team before more serious potential damage to the resources and reputation might have occurred.
Okay, now we go to question 6. BCP or Silver Bank with the help of Diamond Security. What are the strategy? What are the suggestions made by Diamond Security, challenges or opportunities? The BCP typically includes the following strategy, which is risk identification and assessment. It is needed to find potential risks and weaknesses that might impact the operation of the firm. Secondly, business impact analysis is also important for BCP. This entails assessing how identify hazard might affect the business operation. Moreover, we need to develop mitigation and response plan. The BCP will contain strategy to reduce or address those risks once the hazard and their replication has been identified. Last but not least, regular testing and updating are encouraged to be one of the progress of this strategy. In the event of a cyber attack, a security company like Diamond Security can recommend security solution that will benefit the bank. Firewalls, intrusion detection system, and incident response protocol are some of examples. On the other hand, there are some challenges that the bank might face in implementing a BCP. The first one is identifying all potential risks and vulnerable. The second one is making sure all staff members are aware of the BCP and are prepared to act in the event of a disruption. Besides, testing and updating the BCP frequently to ensure its efficiency. To keep the BCP relevant and functional in the face of evaluating risks and threats, this calls for routing, testing, and upgrading. Furthermore, the next challenge is securing the human and financial resources required to implement the BCP. A well-designed and well-implemented BCP includes some opportunity. First and foremost, it can reduce impact of disruption on the bank's operation and customers. In addition, BCP can increase confidence of customers and stakeholders in the bank's ability to handle disruption. A BCP is well implemented can show clients and stakeholders that the bank is well equipped to handle the interruption. Besides, the ability to respond quickly and effectively to disruption minimize their impacts. For example, a BCP that is properly implemented can access the bank in swiftly and effectively responding to disruption, thereby reduce the impact of those interruptions. At last, BCP can improve resilience and agility of the bank's operation because that is properly implemented can assess the bank's operation becomes more resilient and agile.
I would like to conclude our presentation. Cyber issues are now becoming a global concern. It should be emphasized that no differentiation is made between developed and developing countries. There are no bounds to these attacks. There is no way around the reality that financial institutions are the most often attacked entities since money, information, and the public are all closely linked to them. It is possible to conclude that banks, as a financial institute, represent a higher cyber risk than other institutions. That's all from us. Thank you.